Hey everybody, Chief here. Thanks for dropping in on the Sunday podcast stream. Let me give the stream just a few seconds here to make sure everything is good and solid. Let me know if you guys can hear me and if the sound is fine. What's up, Josh, Ryder, DK, American Monster, Richard, Duck? Like quite a few people here waiting on the stream today. What's up, Vacuum? You can hear me and it's fine. All right. Hey, what's up, Becky? Thanks for dropping in and helping to moderate. All right. So I don't know if everybody here is familiar with the format for this Sunday stream. It's a more of a podcast style stream. This is where I have a specific topic about war robots that we will be discussing, and I have a panel of guests that will be joining me here momentarily to discuss whatever that topic is. And today's topic of conversation is going to be alts or alternate accounts, baby accounts, whatever you want to call them. And along with that is going to be the Six-Pack League. The Six-Pack League, for those of you who do not know, it's a group of players who generally it is their alts, but some of them it might be their mains, but they level lock at level 6, and it's all pre-dash robots and weapons. So it's pretty interesting. They run their own games, and I will let them kind of explain a little bit more about that to you guys. Now, I myself have a couple of alts that I play. All of my alts are free to play, and I started them for for different reasons, but mainly it's kind of a good way for me to get back and just kind of get away from some of the grind that we experience in the upper levels of gameplay here in the game, and it's kind of a nice little break every once in a while. So that's why I do it, as well as obviously with my channel. I like to sometimes bring you some of that other content and stay abreast of what it's like to be a free-to-play player, even when my main account is not necessarily free-to-play. But anyway, that is what we will be discussing for today's topic. I invite you all to please participate. If you guys have anything to add to the conversation, feel free to type it in the chat, and we will be sure to try and get to it. If you have questions or comments or opinions, whatever the case may be, this stream is here for you. It's a platform for you guys to have a voice, and for all of us players to kind of share our experiences with one another. So let me jump into the channel with my guests, and we will get things rolling. Hey everybody. I've got a couple of guests here right now. I've got Death, Lorishka, and Skywoman that are all in the channel with me right now. These are kind of the resident experts as far as alts are concerned, and also with the they are all involved with the Six-Pack League in some form. I do have another guest or two that might pop in. I'm not sure. I'm going to be waiting to see if that happens. But looking forward to getting input from them as well. So I will just get things started quickly here with the guests. Let them kind of introduce themselves to you guys, and then we will move on with the discussion. If you want to start off, Death.
Yeah, my name's Death. I'm part of the Sinister Sages clan. I've been playing for 4 years and an active member of the Six-Pack community, and I also have 3 alt accounts.
Okay. Well, thank you for being on the show and sharing your expertise and experience with the rest of the viewers. And how about you, Lorishka?
Yes. I'm the leader of the Sinister Sages family, and we have about 6 clans, so I have alternates for each one of those. Plus, we're in alliance with another clan called Tet Corp, so I have an alternate in his clan. And I have 2 free-floating ones too, so that I can jump around and just squad with who I need to, and they're all different leagues. So, and I've been playing War Robots for about 2 years now, and Six Pack for a year.
Cool. Well, thanks for being a guest on the show once again. And how about you, Skywoman?
Yeah, I'm Sky Woman, and everybody calls me Sky usually, and I've been playing since January 29th, 2018, so I guess that's over a year and a half. I've been playing Six Pack since, oh gosh, July of last year, and I'm also the moderator on the Six Pack server, so I'm just really into it. Six Pack is my passion, so that's kind of why I'm here. I just really want to help promote Six Pack League because it's awesome. Oh, and I do have 2 alts. I have one on Steam, and that's a gold account, and I have one that I just started, and that's a private. Kind of fun.
Private fun, little getaway. Cool.
Yeah.
So somebody was asking, and I think you just mentioned one of your alts is on Steam, but I think the wizard was asking if you guys are Android or iOS.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say I'm Android. All of mine are on Android except for that one Steam account, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also on Android for all 3 of my accounts.
Okay. And I would assume that Lorishka is going to be the same.
Yep, all of mine are Android that I actually play with my clans with and Six Pack with. I do have an iOS account and a Steam account, but I don't play them much.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm feeling a little outnumbered here, being the only iOS player. But if some of the other guests do end up popping on, then they are iOS as well. So it'll be a little more even.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Now, alt accounts. Skywoman mentioned a little bit. She has one of her accounts. It's kind of for private reasons, just kind of her own private getaway, whatever, the case might be. But yeah, I mean, and Lorishka mentioned you mentioned that you have alts because you have them in all of these different clans, and you have them for different reasons. Some of them for leading clans or keeping up with alliances and whatnot, and some of you have them specifically for Six Pack League, and before we get into the Six Pack League, if maybe can some of you just tell the viewers, what is it about alts that kind of drove you to it? What's your main account? Is it in a higher league? Things like that.
Who wants to start?
Oh, I'll start. Since I don't think I answered my own question. Well, I have right now a couple of alts. One of my alts, it was my first alt. I started him because I was already getting up into Champion League on iOS, and I was like, okay, well, I really had a lot of fun down in like Gold and Diamond League. There was like no pressure. It was just straight fun. That's why everybody played in those leagues. It was just for fun. So I started an alt, and next thing I know, the alt's up in Master League, and I'm like, well, crap. What am I going to do now? So I just said, I said screw it, and I set a personal goal. I was like, all right, let's see if I can get him into Champion League using level 5 robots. That was my goal. So I played a little bit longer with it, and I ended up making Champion League using those level 5 robots. I think level like 7, 8, weapons, and and it was all free to play. So it was more of a personal accomplishment. But then I was still left like, well, what am I supposed to do now? I don't have an alt for the lower level play that I was looking for. So then I ended up starting another one, also on iOS, and that one is more of my private kind of, just if I need to go hide somewhere, sometimes I'll jump on there and just blow up Silver League, or just because I can. But But yeah, so that's where mine is at, and my main account is in iOS on Champion League. It's usually in Upper Champs, and I do have one additional account. That's my Battle Rec account, but that one I didn't grind up or anything. That was issued to me by Pixonic, so that one doesn't necessarily count. Okay, so you guys' turn.
All right. So, I'm a Champion League player with my main account. I've been in champs since probably about a month or two after they actually released the leagues. And I created alt accounts, because the grind of trying to get silver for upgrades just gets crazy. I mean, constant playing, hours and hours. So, my first one I created just to get a break, just to do something different, reminisce about some of the old days, some of the bots that are no longer usable in higher league levels. And then after I joined the Sages, was my first experience with a huge family of clans. And, it's a great family, and we've got players from Bronze League all the way up to Champion. And I created an account so that I could start squatting with some of these people and get to know them and share some of my experiences and help them better themselves. So that led to a third account, and I'm probably going to have to add a fourth just so that I'm able to squad pretty much in any league without dragging somebody up, above where they should be.
All right. So it's,
Yep.
let me just I gotta answer somebody's question real quick here. Mr. Kick is asking why the screen is so small. I'm guessing he means the little video screen on the stream. That's old gameplay. That's just there kind of as a filler, just distraction, so you're not just staring at a screen that's kind of boring. Otherwise, it's not actually us playing right now. That's just to answer your question. Excuse me. But okay. Sorry for that. How about you, Lorishka?
Yeah, I had my main champion account, and I wasn't tanking. I was just playing 6-packs so that I didn't advance, because my clan, I needed to go and help my clan members boost them up, and we really didn't have any champions, so I kept hanging back and hanging back and hanging back. And then I decided, well, this is kind of silly. I'm not playing the game, and I'm not squadding with people that need to squad. I'm playing 6-pack, and I'm not upgrading my weapons. So I need to do something, and I definitely don't want to tank. So I made another account, and then I needed to make another clan. So that's why the first one got started. And it pretty soon it was in Diamond, and we needed another clan, and we didn't use it much, but we started to use it, and then we needed another clan, so I made another clan. So we had another, and it just down the list, and then some people walked over and just gave me their clan and said, here, you can have it. I don't want it. Or they just wanted to merge with us. So then I was like, well, you got to wait a week, because I got to get an alt up and at least leveled enough so that I can go and help you with it. Because so I kind of ended up with 9 accounts, and that's just to go and help people out so that I can squad in any league. I can either squad up or down one. It doesn't matter. I'd prefer to go up one personally so that I'm not dragging anybody higher up than they can play. And I squad in silver and gold, diamond, expert, champion. It really doesn't matter. I mean, if there's a call for it and I have time, I just switch accounts and jump into one so that we can start squatting so that nobody's left out. And that's basically what I do. I don't really use my alts for 6-pack. I have been recently, but that's just for silver squads, for silver squad, like Silver Knight. And that is basically just a 6-pack hanger that's made out of silver and not any gold. No AU. weapons or bots. So that's really easy to get on an alternate, and which is why I did it. But usually I use my champion account to play 6-pack.
Okay.
Miss Sky? Yep. Miss Sky, you...
So, yes, I'm here.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, I was really into what you were saying. Anyways, my first alt was for Steam, and the only reason I did it was because of the graphics they introduced. I'm totally into graphics. Why I started playing the game in the first place, but Steam graphics were awesome. And then they took it away because not everybody could play that on their computer because, you know, it takes a lot more, I don't know what you call it, higher. Anyways, yeah, I don't play that one very much anymore, but that one was just for fun. I really enjoyed it, and it was fun because I did have skills by then. And is this the lady talking about it? Okay, anyway. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read while I'm talking.
No, that's all right. I
easily.
think he was just wondering if this was the ladies of WR again. And yes, some of them are, but this is about the making alts and playing in 6-pack leagues. So
Right. Okay, so and then I recently started a baby account, like said, for one of yours, just for fun, just to get away. My main account is in I play in Killer Machines KOMM clan. We're an AS clan, so we play a lot of the top clans, and yes, we do the big grind, and I gotta play every day, and I love it. I really do. I love. Hey, some dude. I love playing my champion account, but I really did also miss the playing the old bots and weapons, which is why I love xCHIEFx. I probably can tell that I have a lot of passion for xCHIEFx, and so I don't know what more to say. You can ask me questions. I get distracted easily.
no, that's fine. I mean, just kind of trying to touch base to find out some of the various reasons why somebody might want to make an alt. I mean, because even with just the four of us here talking, each one of us has alts, but and a couple of us might have made an alt for some similar reasons, but there's also some very different reasons why we've made some alts. So it's just things for people to think about, and I know I run into people all the time, especially playing in Champion League, where people start getting burned out, and sometimes even though they find the game to be a lot of fun, they're like, well, I'm sitting here in Master and I can't get past the Master grind, or I'm in Champion League and I'm like facing all these OP squads all the time, and so rather than just stopping playing the game, I mean, some people are successful with just taking a little break, maybe start an alt account, get back to the roots, have a little bit of fun, blow people up in silver or gold league, and then kind of recharge yourself some. But
Yeah.
But then again, you guys also have the 6-pack league, which I've never played in 6-pack league. I've I heard about 6-pack league shortly after I started playing the game, but that was because I'm kind of all over social media, and you can't really get too far in social media without hearing at least the term 6-pack league. But a lot of people don't really know what it is. So
yeah, like this listener said, what is 6-pack? And there's still a lot of people that haven't heard about it yet, and so it's great that you're talking about it because it's nice to get the word out more. 6-pack is basically just, we have a league, and we also have just for fun fight nights about every night of the week on both platforms, iOS and Android, where you just have level 6 robots and weapons, and it's all pre-dashed, but not what is the one weapon?
Tempest.
Yeah,
Tempest.
thank you. Excluding Tempest, but it's all the old legends legendary stuff, and it's back when
Old school.
walking war robots was going on.
So can you still play a griffin even though they're not walking?
Yes, griffins are one of the best robots you can have, and they're silver. So they're easy, they're cheap, and they're also already level 5. You don't really level, you don't have to spend a lot to upgrade them. And there's weapons that you can get that are already level 6. So.
Right. All right. So I mean, like I don't really know exactly how 6-pack works. Is it like just you guys do custom games, or do you like, just like have 1v1 matches? I don't know. Really what it is.
It's all custom games, and we have fight nights, which are basically, we have hosts, like Death and I have Thursday nights, and Sky has a different night, and then there's other hosts. There's Dago and some dude, their host, and War Trabby, and we all take over a different day, and 3B started too, and Sergeant's Laughter started, and these hosts go and try to get people who wanted to play in 6-pack. We try to get the teams formed up and running, and it's just anybody can join. And that's a fight night. Is basically it's like a practice. We have the rules are a little bit more lax so that we can help get you started in 6-pack and see if you like it. Most people love it when they start playing, and it's basically our practice. And then every season, I guess it's 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that. There's a tournament, and we all play in a tournament, and you set up teams, and it's teams of up to 12, and that's fantastic. We have one match every week, and it's the best of 5 games, and we just have an awesome time at it because we're using old school bots. We play them in.
I'm sorry, you kind of cut out there.
Game fun. Go ahead.
So you play mostly domination, or is that what you were saying?
All domination and custom games.
So
yeah, like Lorishka said, it's a lot of fun, and if you like competition, you want to be in the league. If you want to just do it for fun and laugh, do the fight night. If you want to start it and do it for cheap, start with our silver night. That's in Android. iOS has a fight night every night of the week, and they have like special events some of the nights. I wish we should have brought somebody here that is an iOS pack.
Yeah.
Could have told you about their fight night. But I know they have have one every night of the week, and they're pretty competitive there too.
Yeah, I apologize if you can hear kids coming in from the swimming pool over here on my end. Unfortunately, they're a little loud, so hopefully it's not too distracting. Sorry for that.
Okay.
We all have little ones. We either have little ones or dogs, so don't worry about it.
Oh, I've got both. I'm surprised the dog hasn't made his presence known just yet. That's the joys of live stream.
6-pack was created to get away from the meta, to be something that's affordable to players no matter what stage of the game that they're playing, and to have a level playing field. So you don't have to worry about somebody having something that you can't get and just walking all over you. And, you get to meet new people. You get to learn skills because we're on comms, and learn about team play and strategy and better your live server gameplay.
Right. Because I joined when I was in Diamond, and I picked up a lot of things. They were talking about tape in these games, and I was like, what are you talking about? The tape is running out. What are we talking about here? I was like, I need to go get tape. So, I was really hopeless, and I joined. So I joined. I thought it was wonderful. I picked up all kinds of strategy, and Death was actually my teacher, which was great. So, like, I learned so much from him and Bronze Knee. It wasn't fun.
Right.
I don't know. Right. But we do a lot of strategy and whatnot in Six Pack. There's lots of call outs. Well, try to work on it with our teams and who's on them. I could only say it makes you a better War Robots player.
And you
At
know,
least
honestly, that's
my-
something that I find to be true. Also, when I've been spending time on my lower level alts, I actually end up doing better on my main account. And I don't know if that's because, you know, on a lower level alt, you're a little more cautious. You know, you can't be quite as gung ho because you don't have the best stuff. You don't, you know, you aren't maxed out, and I mean, that could be it, but I find that to, you know, very much to be the case where, you know, I definitely, my play is improved, at least for a brief period of time, after I've been playing my alt for a while. Okay, so, you know, so we talked a little bit about the Six Pack League, and I hope that I have all the information in correctly, but for any of the viewers that, you know, if this is piquing any of your interest, you know, I do have the Six Pack Discord server, their Facebook group, and I believe the YouTube channel. I think it's Lorishka's YouTube channel. They're all listed in the video description here in this stream. So if you know, if it piques your interest at all, you know, stop by. Yell at them. I'm sure they're gonna, you know, be more than happy to take you under their wings and kind of explain the process to you guys. Now, you know, kind of speaking more generally, though, you know, just in the realm of alts, you know, have you guys had any, you know, difficulty creating an alt? You know, because a lot of people, you know, that I've made videos about it, like how to make an alt account, how to switch between two different accounts. But I discovered that a lot of people didn't realize that you could actually have more than one account for War Robots. They thought, you know, they're logged in with their phone or their iPad or, you know, their Galaxy, Samsung 8250, Android, whatever it's called. And they just don't know, you know, how to do it. I mean, is it difficult?
Not for me. I mean, some people have a lot of problem of it, but I mean, we've made videos about how to do it too for clan members because they were just afraid. And I can completely understand if you have a champion account and you are scared you're going to lose it. There's a slim possibility you can, but I mean, with the right information, you can get it back if you email Pixonic enough, which I do and have done. It just takes a while, but because I was doing it wrong, it's a lot easier to do it the right way now, and I don't have a problem switching between all 9 of my accounts. So, like, I can get in an account in under 5 minutes and start playing and then switch back. The only problem is with the new updates, every time Pixonic puts out a major, the game will freeze after you switch. At least that's on my end on Android. I don't know if that's like on iOS. So that's the only problem I have is I have to restart the game.
Yeah, I don't really have any issues switching between accounts on iOS. After the update, it's usually the game freezing before the update hits. But it has nothing to do with switching accounts. It's just the servers get a little glitchy sometimes when they're about to release a new update.
And on Android, at least what I noticed is when I switch accounts, that ad that pops up and gives you the robots they want you to buy, it freezes right there. So yeah, so
Maybe
then I have to go and restart.
Smart advertising technique, I guess.
I guess
think
you're
the
stuck there
hardest
looking
part-
at it.
The hardest part about the alt accounts is getting them initially set up. You know, after you've got them set up, swapping them is just a couple of button clicks, and then reconnecting to Facebook. You know, because you can use one Facebook account for all of your alternates. That way, anybody that's on that friends list, you know, you can just jump right in with them and just keep on going.
Right. Like, I know I have had some people that have run into problems on iOS when they try to make a new account or a second account, and they struggled, like Lorishka said, to reclaim their original account. But Pixonic has been pretty good as far as they will recover your account for you if there was a mistake made. But generally speaking, the process is pretty painless on iOS's side. All you have to do is have a different iCloud. That's it. So, and those are free and take about 2 minutes to make.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with
Androids, we just need Gmail. You just create another Gmail address, and then it makes you make a Play Store thing with it. Yeah. Google Games, Play Games, I think it is. Just have a different Play game associated with each email.
And I don't know how it works for the Steam or the Game Room players, but I assume there's some method for them to have more than one account, though I can't personally speak to it. I don't tend to get too many viewers from the PC platforms, but if any of you viewers that are watching, know if you can, or if it's easy to have an alt account on the PC platforms, let me know. But talking a little bit more basic about the alts, have you guys noticed? Because you talked about updates, right? So you get a new update, and even though like some of your alts are kind of locked at level 6 for 6-pack, or maybe just because it's a placeholder for a clan or something like that, for the ones that you do play, have you noticed any disparity with the newer accounts, difficulty in leveling up, or difficulty in unlocking or getting adequate access to weapons that you might need to kind of really move up the ranks?
I haven't had any problems. The lower levels are so much. If you've been playing for a while and you create a new account, you've already got the experience. You're not having to learn anything. You already have tactics and strategies that to work. You already know what bots work. So you're not wasting time trying different things out in a lot of cases.
Okay. And
I think it's a lot easier to get the things that you need in a new account, because they just throw things at you and you win things faster. I've heard people say that you can't anymore, but I've been getting everything that I need, and they throw cheap deals at you. I mean, I got some really nice things for $5. If you're willing to spend $5, that is,
Right.
And that's what I was going to touch on. If you have the finances to spend, starting from scratch in an alternate is fantastic, because them $5 deals they throw at you are just fabulous. I mean, $5 hatchie? Oh my god.
Yeah,
I have a Fujin I paid $4.99 for with 3 organs, and it was a full hatchie, and I was like, I'm truly set. I now have a Fujin with 3 organs for $4.99. Cossack, stay away from me. Yeah.
So my private account is actually more like a gold level account.
Yeah.
So I'm just.
It's easy to do that.
I feel like a bully.
You can't look at it like that, because if you look at it like that, you're never going to play the game. There are times when I will sit there and play, and I'm like, I'm going to let these people take the beacon. And then in the last few seconds, I just kill them all, and I feel really bad doing that, but I want to win too. But it's not about winning, it's about having fun, but I don't want to make them not play the game either.
Right.
So there's like that balance.
Well, my personal experience is, and looking at the chat, I think God of War just mentioned, his second account he started is his champ account because he wanted to start over and not waste his time and resources on the wrong stuff. And I think that is one of the biggest things that you can have going for you if you start an alt account is you are so much smarter. You know that you are not going to MK2 that Griffin or Cossack
right.
or you know, whatever it was that, you know, back in Silver League that was kicking your butt, and you're like, you know, okay, well, you know, you don't need to now because this is your second time or third time around. So that's kind of a real important thing to keep in mind with alts. Now that doesn't mean that, you know, your alt's going to take over your main, you know, for your main account, but you know, if you wanted to. And you did mention, you know, they do throw a lot of low dollar, you know, items your way when you're starting an alt account, but you don't need it. Trust me, you don't need it. If you want to stay completely free to play, roll a second account. If you've made a few mistakes or you're struggling, you know, with where you're at, you know, start over. It's okay. It's not like you're going to lose anything. You didn't pay anything the first time, right? So if you're free to play, it doesn't hurt to start over, knowing all of that information that you have from getting up to like Diamond or Expert League already. And then you kind of start running into problems and you're like, oh gosh, I invested so much of my resources in this other thing. You know, just start over. Trust me, the second time through, you know, it's quick, like very quick.
Very, very quick. I'll agree with you there. Yeah.
But you also have to be careful with going too quick. You know, as I mentioned to some, or at the beginning of the stream here, that you know, like, you know, I wanted to play in the lower leagues, but next thing I knew, I was up in Master League, and I'm like, well, what am I doing here? You know, and I didn't really want to be there. It's just, it was so quick. You just win so much that it's like, okay, well, you kind of have to set limits on yourself, maybe, if you want to stay lower. And I'm not going to say tank. Don't tank. That's the wrong way to do it. But, you know, it's just, you need to kind of know where you want to go with an alt if you decide to start with one. But I was kind of mentioning the gear. I'm sorry, I kind of went off on in a different direction there. Now, I've noticed with my most recent alt, I have trouble trying to, as free to play, like my alts are strictly free to play. Okay, I have trouble getting the gear that I need to kind of bridge into that next level. You know, things like Terrans, they are not available unless you win them from the black market or use gold straight up to buy them. And when you're a new player, you don't have that much gold. You got to drop gold on your hanger slots, you know, priority. And then you need to, you know, save up your gold now for pilots. Pilots unlock at level 23 for new players. And you just don't have the kind of gold for, you know, to drop, what is it, 2,500 gold per Terran or something like that.
Well, yeah, and your workshop doesn't unlock the workshop slots, which that's a big thing.
It is.
That is so hard to unlock. I mean, you are building a robot forever, or a weapon.
Well, I can share one trick that I did learn with my most recent alt in the workshop. Don't build a cheap weapon or bot. Okay?
Nope.
No.
Once you get that first slot opened up, I think it's at like level 20 is when the workshop unlocks for you. Drop an Aljun in there. 60 components for an Aljun. Trust me. That one build will unlock like the first 6 levels of your workshop. It's ridiculous how much XP you get for the top end, most expensive robots and weapons when you're building them.
Right. Well, that, and you can use them too. It gives you a big advantage.
Right. And that,
you'll use that all the way up.
Well, we're assuming you'll use it all the way up to champion until a new robot comes out, and now you've got to start over.
Be relevant for a long time. That's what I done on my second account. You know, as soon as I got the workshop, I already knew Aljun is a meta bot, and typically anything that is meta, you're looking at it's going to be playable and strong for at least a year. So I started on the Aljun. It took me almost 3 months, but I've got an Aljun on my Diamond account. and all of the workshop slots are open. So now I can get whatever it is that I need, and even the most expensive ones. You know, if you play enough to get the silver, you can get anything in the game in what, 21 days to a month.
Right. The hard part is the getting enough silver. Like on my alt accounts, I don't play them frequently enough to maintain surplus silver. But you know, for somebody that is playing an alt, you know, at least regularly, you should be able to pick up enough silver to keep your workshop going. You know.
Someone asked if we played our alternates and did all the tasks for these events every day. And unfortunately, I don't think I have enough hours in the day to do 9 accounts worth, but I'll at least try to do 3, because sometimes, especially on the lower league accounts, it takes me maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. And usually I do it in a squad. We have enough clan members in Sage where I don't play by myself anymore. There is no solo grinding for silver. I'm always in a squad. So, you know, I can maybe do 2 or 3 different alternate accounts, maybe 4 if I'm lucky, to do the tasks. So I just pick which ones. It's always my main and whoever else shows up.
And
right.
But you it's good if you know you're going to invest the time into that alt to build it up, take full advantage of these special events, because you can get some great
definitely.
gear. I mean, and it's essentially free. Okay?
Oh, definitely.
But be careful, because that's what got me on my first alt. I created my alt just before Halloween, the Halloween event, anyway. And then I was like, oh, you know, this event, the tasks, you know, it's easy, you know, let me knock it out on my main, and then I'm going to jump in and knock it out on my alt. And it was all of that grinding that you had to do to complete these daily tasks that pushed me up into masters. So, you know, it's, you know, if
it's easy to do.
It is easy to do. So you do want to be a little careful with that if you're not trying to get, you know, too far up, because the double-edged sword with an alt account, if you do go too fast and you're sitting in Masters or Champion League and you've got level 5 or level 6 gear still, it's going to be real hard for you to maintain that. Trust me. It can be very difficult to maintain that. So, and it could just end up causing more frustration than you wanted to begin with.
Exactly. And then if you win that top gear in the prize box, like on one of my silver accounts, I won a Hades, and I was just in my glory, because where do you see a Hades at in that league? And I was just having a blast with it. But yeah.
But then your win percent ends up at like 100, and then you're facing full champion squads.
I knew how to play it, so I kind of felt bad for people. But I mean, like, if you're just starting an alt, you were asking what gear is best, and ironically, the best gear to invest in for an alt also, most of the time, fits right in with six-pack. So that's why six-pack and the alts fit so closely together, is because you grab your Griffin, which is a fantastic bot, all the way up. I would say expert, it starts getting too squishy because of the scourges and stuff, and the sparks. Everybody has those, and that just kills it. But Leos are silver. Leos are fantastic little tanks. Fusions are now silver. I remember when Fusions were gold. Or no, not gold, but you had to build them.
Workshop points,
and, yeah, workshop points. Yeah, and then Natasha. Natasha's your other good one because of the 2 heavies and the 2 light.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, those are all very good bots. And I mean, we've played six-pack. Death is really, 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 really good at playing all Griffins and taking out Lancelots with them. So him and his death button Griffins.
You know, I didn't play the game when Griffins were meta, really. And when I was going up, like, I saw everybody running Griffins, and they look so cool because they jump and they, blow you up real quick. And I got a couple, and I'm like, oh man, I just don't like playing Griffins. So, yeah, so that
I'm
was
not
it for my
Ronnie
Griffin
Rousey,
career.
yeah.
But at
Well,
least they were cheap enough. I throw a Leo or a Natasha or whatever else I had in there and keep on going. But yeah, and
I
that's.
was happy when I won them
Well, I was happy when
from.
I won them too, so I could sell them.
I, I don't mean to talk over you. Oh my god.
I know there's a slight. It's all right. Just keep on talking.
Oh, so I never played a Griffin on my main account until like almost six pack. So I was already in Diamond before I played a Griffin because I was just so damn stubborn. I mean, my clan leader and all the officers, because I wasn't the original clan leader for Sage. I got made the clan leader because I was the last one standing. But anyways, I just refused to play Griffins because they told me I had to. So I was like, I'm running Leos and Rajans. This is my hanger. I have a Carnage with Nashorn and Kong Day on it, and a Rajan with Trebuchet. And this is what we're going to battle with, and a Magnum Leo. Let's go. And they thought I was crazy, and I was, because I was just so stubborn. I drove them nuts. But it changed a lot.
The point of the game is to have fun, and chasing the meta can get very tiresome. Last year, I went and decided that one of my goals was to end the season in a Legend League. And I was playing 8 to 10 hours a day for a month straight to reach that. And by the time I was done, I was so burnt out and sick and tired that I was ready to quit. And it was a friend of mine that was playing six pack and basically grabbed me and said, "You're coming to play six pack." I said, "No, I'm not." And he said, "Yes, you are," and dragged me over to it, which is where I happened to meet Lorishka and Sky Woman. And it gave a break. The alt accounts can do the same thing. If you're getting frustrated, start over. You've already got the experience. You don't make as many mistakes, and you can get back to having a blast. And that's the whole point of gaming.
Right, and that's something that I try to stress with my channel all the time. Is you got to have fun, and especially if you're in a clan, you got to have fun with your friends. That's how my live streams always are. It's doesn't matter how much we're getting wrecked. We just do our best to have some fun. But for some people, still you need that little extra bit of break, step back. Have a little fun in lower leagues. I know some people that create an alt, play it for a while, crush everybody, and then just delete it.
Yep.
Just because they got what they needed from it, and and that's cool. And that's I think most of the viewers are probably, over the last month or two, I think most of my streams for this Sunday topic has been, more of the serious, topics like, updates and nerfs and, the economy and, all these different things that, get people going. But, I kind of like to do a little bit of a fun discussion, and I think alts are fun because, everybody started playing this game. Everybody right now, I guarantee you, that is in chat watching right now, everybody on the stream that's watching, they all started playing this game, and it was those lower levels that really got them hooked. And you know what? It hasn't changed all that much.
No.
In the lower levels. Because if it wasn't for those lower levels getting you kind of hooked and saying, "Hey, wow, this game is actually fun," you probably would have just bounced and you'd be playing I don't know, Candy Crush or some other game, Fortnite, something lame. I don't know, but I
think it was the community that got me hooked, because if I was just playing to play by myself in this game, I would have quit a long time ago.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
and the best part of it, to be in a full squad and you're running no matter what league, because we run silver all the way to champion. When you're in that full squad and having a blast with your buddies, that's what makes the game for me.
Right.
because we just have a blast.
And
But
That's
and
another reason to create an alt account too, because higher champ leagues and stuff, trying to find players for your clan can be a very difficult challenge. And there's tons more of lower level people that are just starting out. So rather than fight over some top notch player, create you
Who
an alt
doesn't
and
wanna
go
be
play
with
with
us?
some of the lower ones. Yeah, and teach them and build somebody up to the same level as you and make new friends.
I would rather do that any day. I like the gold and silver players, Chim, and they'll work with us. Somebody comes in a champion, and especially if they have an attitude. Wow. We're not about that here. We're about fun, man.
Well,
it's not the win is everything.
my clan can be fairly competitive, and but still, if we have an applicant and they're rolling with us and it's just not working, I have no problem kicking them from the clan while we're still in squad. I've done it before.
Oh, wow.
I mean, if it's just not working, and we're not having fun with you, then it's a wrong fit. Let's not, try and make it work. So it's the game is about fun, and I do kind of like your idea of create an alt, go down, cultivate people, show them the community fun aspect of it at an earlier stage, rather than trying to find that champion league dude that's already been warped and twisted by some of the negativity within the community. Maybe I ad-libbed a little bit of what you were saying, but
No, that's pretty much how it is.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to say it like that. I'm sorry, you're warped. Oh, but I didn't want to say that. I'm glad Chief touched on that subject.
Yeah. Let him do the dirty work.
all right. But yeah, no, I mean it's fun. Just remind people it's fun, and not everybody's a fit for everything else. So but that is a pretty cool idea, and it's good idea to look out for some of the people that are newer in the community. As a YouTuber, I kind of wish I could do more for the new players, because I know how much fun this game can be, especially with the community. It's just hard to be able to bring that to new players, but maybe an alt is the way to do it. I don't know. Something for me to think about. All right. So do you guys have any tips for anybody that might be interested in starting an alt, or, what they can do?
I would say, if you've been playing for any amount of time, you know where you make mistakes at. You know what works, you know what doesn't. So, going back and starting over, you don't make those same mistakes. And it is so much fun because, competition's more level. And in a lot of cases, you're going to have the upper hand because you've got knowledge that others are still trying to gather. And you have another chance to meet some great people and make bigger friends. And the community is one of the biggest plus sides to playing the game to begin with. And alts give you a great opportunity to extend that.
I would agree with that.
Okay. And what about you, Skywoman? Any tips from your point?
Just a couple things that really don't matter, but get through those AIs as fast as you can. I hate playing those AIs. Oh my gosh, they're so stupid. I did discover the AI bots, they all end in the number 3. I don't know if anybody else ever noticed, but
No, it didn't.
when you play them, they all end in the number 3. Pilot, something, and with all numbers, and it ends in the number 3. Really weird. But anyway.
I get excited when we start playing against people that have names.
Yes,
I'm like,
when I
there's a
first
name!
came
Oh my
to
god!
people, Yes.
Here's an actual person.
Yay, real people.
I'm not gonna lie. My OCD did kick in with my most recent alt when I dropped in and I was playing, and my name was Pilot blah blah blah. And I immediately went and I gave feedback to the developers that if we are now commanders, maybe they should think about not calling everybody
Right.
pilots when you start a new account.
Oh, good point. Good point. That's what. I'm so used to
Yeah,
calling
that's
everybody
right.
pilots. Yeah, we always. What's your pilot ID? What's this? How are you gonna pilot that robot? And now we have magical pilots in the game that pilot our robots for us. I'm like, well, now what am I? Yeah.
Commandeer your bot.
Yeah. Well, you're commandeering the pilots, and they're commandeering your bots, but you're still piloting the bots. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Your AI pilot has somehow lost some of its brain function, and you are taking over. It's.
If I got a pilot, then how come I'm still having to control this thing? I should be able to sit back and watch.
I think of Avatar. It's Avatar. We need some more blue robots.
Yeah, let's not try and get them to implement aliens just yet.
Oh, I'd be all for that. I love the spider bots. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I mean, come to find out, we're all living from Mars now, so
Yeah.
that's, you never know where that's gonna
We
go.
spend our gold on aliens.
Yeah. I don't know. If they have little tiny, like, if they start putting more aliens in the game, that would be great. I think that would be fantastic. They already have a spaceship on the Mars map. It's the Canyon map, right? So I always thought it was Mars, and it's
Dreadnought, you
called
mean?
Canyon.
Yeah,
No,
Dreadnought.
there's a
Dreadnought's the
Yeah.
wrecked spaceship.
no. There's a saucer. There's a flying saucer on one of them in the desert map with the cactuses.
Oh, that's Canyon, yeah.
Yeah, it's Canyon.
Is it?
I don't think I've ever
that was
noticed.
In the
No, it's crashed in the sand. It's always
Oh,
been there.
yes.
Yeah.
Definitely in the sand, right.
So they were already going that way.
Well, then how can you explain
Alien.
Rome?
I don't know.
Rome, and it's a bustling city. Everything's still working. They even have working neon lights. I thought Earth was
Yeah, that's a good
abandoned.
question.
I don't know.
I did too. I don't know. I thought it was all destroyed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sullivan's mentioning the his idea. Instead of pilots, we should have had astromechs, like kind of little R2D2 type, robots. But they could have sold them to us with celebrity voices.
That's neat.
Yeah, I would buy certain voices.
I like God of War comments. I think Sullivan is Pixonic. Oh my god. That's cute.
No, I can assure you Sullivan is not Pixonic unless he lost his Russian accent when he moved to New York. Though that is possible. He is a member of my clan, and I assure you, I can't completely assure you, but I'm pretty confident I don't have anybody from Pixonic in my clan. But there are a few
That's
that
okay, we're
don't
decent.
ever talk, so that could be why.
Oh wow.
Inevitable.
I know, I've seen that. Oh wow.
All right. Well,
Going back.
go ahead.
Wait.
Yeah.
Going back. I had one more tip. That
Okay.
doesn't really need a lot, but if for people that are on emulators, if you're using BlueStack does multi-game function, and that's what you use going to account. Really, I mean that makes it so easy. All you gotta do is do your multi-game function and
I
start
think-
your other account. Although with the update, I think I have to remap every time I switch. Very annoying. But
I think
Yeah.
one of my officers, anti-pirate, he just has a different device listed and switches devices because he plays an Android emulator too. Because there's Mimu and there's BlueStacks. I know a lot of people switch in
Oh.
between the two because for some reason they are not working, or they're lagging a lot, or they're just not able to handle it. For whatever reason, they switch. But I know Anti-Pirate at one point in time was just creating different devices on his emulator, and he would just switch the device and the controls to get to his other accounts.
Okay.
But I don't know. But see, I don't play on an emulator. I play on an Android tablet
Right.
and Android phone, so I don't really deal with that part. I'd like to, but it's just my computer can't handle it because I tried.
I'm like BFG. I'm going to have to go and look for the flying saucer in Canyon because I honestly have never noticed it.
You haven't?
It's over by the beacon in the corner. It's one of the
Okay.
field beacons.
I guess those of us who go into Hangar Act just walk around by ourselves.
Yeah, well, see, that's why I wanted to do
We're the weird ones.
games. Well, you notice things as you're playing. There's weird things in all the maps, but I mean, you're sitting there by that far beacon,
Well,
and
when
if you're sniping,
When you're in the heat of the moment, you don't really see those skills. But if you're walking around by yourself, look at everything. I like to look at, like, what does that sign say? Go up close,
Mhm.
you know.
Okay, you do
Oh,
that in
yeah.
a live game, you're dead.
well, sometimes the live games get boring.
I do stop to read the signs in Rome, I'm not going to lie, because the developers have been known to drop Easter eggs in Rome for
Yes,
new stuff
they
that's
have.
coming.
Yep,
If you
I've read every ad.
yeah, if you look closely, the ad for the Deathmark module is still there.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of them up that say go check out the museum, and you can
Yeah.
actually find a museum and read the ads on there. So I don't know. Anyway, for those of you
That's
that
neat.
don't ever,
The
pay attention to the
robot nerd.
yeah, those things. But yeah, it's alts, guys, it's a lot of fun. So I want to start wrapping things up here, but in a few minutes. But I mean, we've done a lot of talking about alts. We've kind of done at least to a point, I think. Let people know it's not scary. You don't really have to worry too much about losing your main account. You can always get it restored. But whatever your reason for wanting an alt, as long as it's not hacking, it's got my seal of approval, just because you're gonna find fun, because the lower leagues are just fun. How is it not fun to just go down and crush a bunch of noobs? That's just maybe the way I look at it. But six pack. I mean, you guys are all familiar with six pack. So I want to give you guys a few more minutes to talk about that. Any plugs or direct, some of these guys who might be interested, either that are viewing it now or might listen to this, podcast after I put it up on iTunes or even, here on YouTube. Let them know, whatever you guys want to let them know about the Six Pack League, how they can be involved.
Let's just use the force. You want to play six pack?
No, it didn't work.
Does that work?
No. I'm far too competitive, and I don't like Griffins. So, yeah.
You don't have to run Griffins. You could run a Lancelot and a Carnage and a Rogatka and just take us out.
Competitive.
Yeah, we really are. I mean, some of them games are. We're sitting on the edge of our seats, like, we're gonna get this beacon, and we're teaming up and trying to take the beacons, and somebody else is coming in with an Lancelot push, and we're like, crap. Yeah.
You want me to be completely honest? You lost me when you said it's domination only.
Oh man, no.
Oh, whatever.
I'm a Beacon Rush person. Sorry, it's just
Oh.
I like the excitement,
I know. I hate that long walk myself. I hate walking across the map.
especially
But
in a
Six
very
Pack-
slow robot.
Oh yeah.
But Six Pack
Well-
is all about skills and teamwork. It's not about what you got, what you spent. It's all about skills and teamwork. And if you want to improve your skills, or if you want to show off your skills, and if you want to teamwork or start being up better, then play Six Pack.
Yeah.
Hi,
That's definitely it.
Kimchi.
Yeah, Kimchi was talking. She just chimed in, but I want to say someone asked if they didn't have level 6 things, could they still play? And the easiest answer I have to you is yes, definitely, especially on a fight night. Come on over. We have EU fight nights, which start, I'm in Eastern time, so they start around midday, around 3 o'clock for me, 3 or 4 o'clock. And then they have our actual fight nights, which start at 9 p.m. And then we have the brand new ones, which are Silver Nights, which are basically, it's nothing you can buy for gold. It has to be all silver. So then you're asking if you can come in and make an easy 6-pack hanger, and you can, because it's really easy. Because like I said, you can get a Griffin, and Griffins come at level 5, and you can go and put Columbus on it and have an RDB Griffin. Those come at level 5, right? And then there's levels.
Yep.
Are they level 6 or are they level 5?
They're level 5.
Or
Well,
weapons
the
are
Griffins
level
take-
5, and the
Right.
bots are level 6.
Right, but what I'm saying is it's really easy if you have a little bit of extra silver, which is hard nowadays, especially with all the upgrades. 70 million to upgrade that Invader to level 12. Oh my god, I'm dying. But still, you can have some silver and make a nice hanger and still be competitive. And if you come with level 1 bots, so what? Just come play with us. We're not going to bite you. Well, I'm especially not. We're going to sit there and giggle all night. So,
Yep.
like,
They're level 6 or under. They don't have
level
to be
6 or under,
level
they can't.
They can't be over level 6.
Right, they can't be over, because people get a little bit touchy about that. So, like, but under is fine. And there's different ones that work on different night. When we play on Silver Nights and you bring your stuff that you bought for silver, the Leo is like Leos and Griffins. And the Natasha, people you win in Natasha in the key boxes, that's great. Or if it's in it's not that expensive either, I don't think. I think it's like 1.4, something like that. It's not that expensive. And Punishers. I run Punishers on everything. So, like, I have Punisher Fujins, I have Punisher Griffins, I have a Punisher Thunder Natasha I can run. So, like, that's awesome. And then when we really get competitive about it, and which I try not to, but you can, one of the meanest builds is the damage you just annoy the crap out of people is a Natasha with 2 ECUs and 2 Ansows on it. It takes 2 people to kill it, about 2 to 3 minutes. And you can just walk back and forth between beacons, and it agitates people.
It's almost like an Ares train for 6-pack.
Right, we call it the Natasha shield. Oh my god.
Not a shield.
You know, I did
Yeah.
a video with that same build when I first started making videos, and I called it the walking wall. That was
Yes.
a long time ago.
It is.
Well, also, if you're worried about, I'm trying to save up silver for upgrades on my main account, there's another opportunity for you to create an alt, because then you can
Right.
still keep working on your main, saving that silver up, and it doesn't take that long to build up a 4 slot hanger, and it can be just for 6-pack, and you'll have a lot of fun.
Mhm. Yeah, another good combination, even though you have to upgrade it, are Molots. I mean, Molots, you can have Molot Fujin, you can have a Molot Griffin, Molot Leo. Yeah, then you have your walking tank and you hide behind things, but Molots are neat and nobody likes to use them. So when you get into that's 800 meters, and then you start getting closer and closer, and 500 meters, they're more than a mosquito bite.
Yeah.
Because I normally aim at Death because he's usually on the red team. So I agitate him as much as I
Like getting stung by a bunch of hornets.
But it's definitely doable and easy if you wanted to start in 6-pack, and we like to help people. So if you wanted to come and join with us, we would love to have anybody who wants to come play. And we have teams too. Sky is the captain of her team, and for this season we just started our own team for Sage. So there's teams, and then the Alliance clan that we're with also is looking for people for his team. And today's the last day to sign up, so we need to sign up.
Now you guys do offer 6-pack on both iOS and Android, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, we actually have there's a Discord server that is mostly nothing but 6-pack, and it covers all game platforms, but it's primarily Android and iOS that regularly gets together to play.
Okay, and
that's the reason why we only say iOS and Android, because it's a platform for and they're not very active. The active 6-pack leagues are iOS and Android, and we're very active.
okay.
There's always
Now, if somebody was interested in, either creating an alt or using their main account, whatever, but looking into trying out 6-pack, and they just go to the Discord, say, hey, I'm here, I don't have a team, and you guys work with getting them
That's
involved.
the fight nights.
Okay.
That's the fight night.
Yeah. If they get on the Discord server, there's plenty of people there to welcome them and get them started on a path in the right direction.
All right. Okay, well that's good to know, and hopefully anybody that is in chat that is interested in checking it out, there is a link to the Discord server in the video description here for the stream, and you can also check out Lorishka's YouTube channel, where they've got previous battles or streams. I'm not exactly sure.
It's the previous fight night. It's the Thursday fight night. I try to live stream.
Okay.
There's clan stuff on there too for my clan, but it's mostly Thursday night fight nights. I live stream.
Okay. And you have a Facebook group as well, and I believe that link is also in the description. So, really, anybody that's interested, please just follow the links and hit them up there. A bunch of, really welcoming folks, and I'm sure they will take anybody under their wings and help them get started. Now, as far as the alts go, thank you all for, coming and discussing alts. I know 6-pack does not always mean alt, but usually the two do go kind of hand in hand. So, I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to kind of plug the 6-pack league. It is a unique community within War Robots. So I, hopefully will help get the information out there a little bit more for you guys. And
thank you very
I thought it was kind of important too for viewers to kind of hear about, like Skywoman, you're in an S-ranked clan, very competitive. I'm not in an S-ranked clan, but I'm still very competitive and high in Champion League, and I have alts, so it's not just lower level people that make all these crazy alts because they're like the the crazy cat lady and they just have to have a bunch there. It's hopefully you guys are dog people, not cat people, but
I like my cat. But hey, before you get going, I want to address what Deadly Killer said. He said he doesn't have time to upgrade low bots on his. I just wanted to reiterate again that there's a list of bots that are already level 6 that are good for 6-pack. And Natasha, Leo, Fury, Griffin, they're all great bots. And there's a whole list of weapons that are already level 5, so you don't have to spend a lot of time upgrading those. Those are the Aphid, Pin, Pinata, Gecko, Orkin, Columbus, Thunder, King Day, Zeus, and Zenith. Wanted to remind everybody that they're already upgraded.
The
so-
most important there was the Zenit. Just in case you were wondering.
Right.
Roll
There you
build.
go.
No. You want me to come across the field and find you, don't you? Oh. But also, I see that some dude mentioned about our 2v2 tournament that we started too. Yeah, Six Pack has a 2v2 tournament that we are trying out. That they're not teams. They are teams, but they're only you have a partner, and we were fighting, and that's like a mini tournament we were playing with on the side. So that's something else for Six Pack. If you had a partner and want to do next season, it opens. If it does, we have that.
And does
seems pretty
Six
fun.
Pack seasons coincide with the game seasons? The main game seasons?
No, every now and then they do. The seasons depend on how many teams we got. They
Okay.
typically last about 6 weeks. After the regular season's over, then we have playoffs to determine who was the champion for that
Right.
particular.
Oh, okay.
And then
Don't
a down
coordinate
week or two.
with anything with Onyx. Totally separated. We're not.
Right,
I guess it'd be nice, but we don't. We're not coordinated.
I just wasn't sure if it, because we talk seasons in War Robot, that means basically each month.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
good to know that
They're a
everything's
little
kind
bit
of
longer.
bracketed and seems a little more formal with Six Pack, which is pretty cool.
There's actually a bracket. We have a different website, and there's team brackets. You can actually look at the tree and see each week how far you went, who you beat, where you are, what your standings are. So there's data.
Okay, awesome. Well, it sounds like you guys got this Six Pack thing running pretty strong. It's got some support, from both iOS and Android. So, once again, I invite anybody that's watching or even after the fact, just hit up those links, get in touch with these guys, and I'm sure they would be more than happy to get you situated if you're interested in it. Now, as far as alts are concerned, if you have more questions on, how to make an alt or anything like that, feel free to, ask me questions. You can find me on my Discord server, which is also in the video description here. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. And if I don't know the answer, I can try to find it or direct you to somebody that might know. But the biggest takeaway from this stream, it was kind of fun, and I appreciate Death, Lorishka, Skywoman for joining in with the stream. Once again, thank you for giving your time to the community and being here with me today. But the biggest takeaway here is you gotta have fun. Just have fun. It might be with an alt, it might not be with an alt. I don't know. I don't care. Just find a way to have fun, because if you're not having fun, just don't play the game, because games are here for fun.
Yes.
Just don't tell anybody
agree.
that I told you not to play the game.
People mad.
But for real though, it really is. It's all about fun. And got Chino Q just popped in. What's up, Chino?
Odole, what's up? What's up? I'm turning it on right now, dude.
That's a last minute guess. If you guys don't know Chino, he's got it's a little more adult oriented YouTube channel for War Robots, but some very funny stuff. So hit him up also. But so what's up, Chino?
I'm just about to get off work and I'm about to log on right now because I want to roll with you guys,
Oh well, we're not rolling, man. We're doing the live stream right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're just on the radio, eh?
Just on the radio, man.
On the radio.
Oh, what's up? Who's that sexy old man? Sky? Oh. Ooh.
Oh my word.
Yeah. What's up, mamacita?
Oh,
Nah, I just
Oh my
want to jump in and shout out to you guys, man. Hey, Chief, I just want to thank you a lot, bro. You helped me a lot.
right, no problem, man, no problem. But
That was probably the most entertaining part of this whole segment. Watch till the end.
Yeah, man. Chief is always entertaining. Right, Chief? You're always entertaining, bro.
oh no, I'm never entertaining. I just roll with the blows, man. Just trying to have a little fun. But
Man, Chief, you just messed me up, bro. Because I thought you guys were live streaming. So I logged on. And then, and I activated my boosters. And then you said, no, we're not rolling right now. I was like, oh, shit. Fuck. Oh, my bad for cussing. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
My bad for cussing, man.
I think the FCC is going to be getting involved here in a minute.
Yeah. All right. No more saying bad words, eh? No, but I might as well pack up my stuff. I gotta close up, Ooh, I gotta pack up my lawnmower and stuff, and then I'll catch up with you guys later, eh?
All right, man. See you later, Chino. He's funny. He's funny. If you guys are over the age of, well, I guess his self-imposed limit is 24. Stop by his channel. He's putting out some pretty funny videos. But anyway, like I was saying, thank you all for for taking the time and coming out here with the community and sharing what you guys know about alts and with the six-pack league. And I wish you all the best with the six-pack league, even if I'm not so much a domination player. Hopefully so some of the folks, some of the viewers here will find some of it intriguing enough to stop by and say hello at least. So. That is, I think, going to be just about it for the stream. I do want to thank all the viewers for sticking it out and participating in today's podcast stream. It's definitely much appreciated. A couple of people did subscribe during the stream. I think it's JKM Nick 1 and Sergeant Slaughter. Thank you very much for subscribing. If you did subscribe during the stream and you didn't see the notification, it's probably because your personal settings on YouTube prevent that from happening. But thank you for subscribing anyway, even if you are anonymous. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up. You guys have any closing words?
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yes.
Yep. Thanks.
Thank you for having us.
Anytime.
Thank you for plugging Six Pack. Thank you for talking about alternates. We love being here. Thank you for inviting us. Really appreciated it, sir.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not
great.
a sir. I am not a sir. We had this discussion.
We just had this conversation. I'm sorry, I call everybody sir.
She really does. You're
Chief,
girl.
okay.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Chief.
Thank you, Chief.
All right, guys. But I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. It was a lot of fun with you guys. And until the next live stream, Chief out.
Mm-hmm.